Hey guys, happy Sunday, Saturday it is. I'm thinking I'm living in the future, but I want to thank Natasha for inviting me to speak and share my story with you guys. I look up to her and her drive and how busy she is and what she's building with this business and her fitness results, and we're really good friends, besties. We spend a lot of time each and every week working together and growing, coaching, and just really are one of those situations to where you find your tribe and you find your community and you absolutely love hanging out with them and you guys are on the same wave. So I'm gonna try to make it short. I'm a talker when it comes to my passion, which is coaching and healthier lifestyle and changes. But I want to take you back a little bit to about I'll say like 10, 12 years, because I think it's important to know where we're all coming from, you guys. It's easy to look at somebody on social media and think that it's easy for them. It's really simple to kind of start maybe judging to see if somebody has more time and the other person doesn't. And it's also, I think, easy to give up on ourselves. And the reason for that is because we do not have a community a lot of the times of women or people in general who support us in our journey. And let's be honest, if you guys have ever started a workout program or a healthy lifestyle, or maybe you were back in the day like this dieter person, raise your hand, because I was that. And quite frankly, after the first or second week, I was like done because I was not seeing results. And rightfully so, because I didn't have any support that would come and help me, and B, I didn't really have a system or somebody to help me, my fitness BFF, to actually show me the way, and stick with me. So it's really important. By the way, that's how Beachbody company started to begin with. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but we were just an infomercial company, and back in 2000, oh my gosh, like 6 or 7, they realized that people were getting results, and they've created this message board where everybody was sharing their results and cheering everybody on. Okay, this is like the prototype of our current virtual support groups. But back in the day, it was like totally different. So all the people who had gone through the workout programs, bought them off of an infomercial or 1-800 number, they were actually logging into that Beachbody message board, and they were sharing their results and cheering everybody on. So Beachbody kind of caught that, and I think they've done the best thing with it. They listened to people, they've watched what was going on, and they realized that a lot of the people started getting better results because they were a part of the community, okay? And they thought, why not reward those people who are taking time out of their day, don't get paid for it, and offer them an opportunity to actually make this into their side hustle, get paid for their time, get paid for their expertise that they were gaining through all these programs. And so that's how the opportunity itself was born. And I think it was like the best idea, smartest idea, and I was actually a part of the company way before the opportunity came into play. So let's kind of get to my story. That's kind of long story short, but I feel it's important that you guys realize that it didn't start out with a coaching opportunity. And the reason it's thriving so much, the reason it's growing, the reason we're all getting results or involved is because we do have the community. I think there are a ton of opportunity for everybody to grab anything they want on Amazon, eBay, and Beachbody.com. But the reason why we have these communities who work with us is because we offer solutions that are way beyond just fitness, because that's exactly what it is, you guys. It's so much more than just fitness, okay? So my story begins when I actually was barely 22, 23. I had a really bad reaction to a birth control pill, to a point to where everything that you read on the warning labels, that was me. I had heart racing, vomiting. I've gained about 20-some pounds in about 30 days, which is huge. I'm 5'2", you guys, if you're trying to kind of put the two and two together. I refused to eat because everything I would look at, I would instantly gain like a pound or two. And I felt tired, sick. I was not myself. So they quickly got me off of that pill. And then they said that I should never be on anything hormonal like that ever again, because I would be one of those people who would either have a heart attack or something, okay? And so since then, I took me about a year or two to get all that stuff out of my system. But the mental and emotional damage that was done by the pill has actually taken me on a roller coaster of a fitness journey. And the reason I say that is because it's hard. It's hard when your body is changing for whatever reason and you don't know how to take control of it, okay? It's like spiraling out of control and you are desperately looking for a solution that would actually work but never stick into anything. That was my story. I actually came across Beachbody in 2005 via an infomercial. I ordered my very first DVD set and it was Turbo Jam, I believe. And so just like so many people, raise your hand if you've done that before, just like so many people, I actually opened up the DVDs and I never opened up their workout regimen plan, which each and every program comes with one. I thought I knew better. And so I was kind of know-it-all and I thought, who needs a calendar, okay? And I never actually opened an eating plan. And I know you're probably going to shake your head, and I did the same thing. I didn't think that abs were made in the kitchen. I didn't think that fitness results were actually what we eat, okay? And so I think to this day, I might have an eating calendar still wrapped up in plastic, which is really sad. And then I've done probably about a month or two. I've gotten some results, you guys. Obviously, when, we make some changes, we're going to get some results, but I was still unhappy. I mean, I didn't lose all the weight. I still didn't know how to eat. I was still, kind of going through that psychological and mental trauma of gaining 20 pounds in about a month, and I just couldn't figure it out. And so I thought that buying more programs is going to give me some magic result. And of course, then I moved on to call again the 1-800 number. I saw another infomercial about Turbo Fire, which I absolutely love. By the way, I love all the programs. I was just not doing them correctly. And so if you guys have something sitting right now in your garage, wrapped still, that was me, okay? I really didn't know what to do. I really was lost. And so little by little, mistake by mistake, I would still do the workouts. I would buy lots of them throughout the years and I would do the workouts. I would get somewhat of a result. But then when I stopped really following a diet, because I chose to follow a diet rather than a healthy meal plan that came with workouts, I would either gain it all back or I would turn into skinny fat. And so let's fast forward to my last time when I actually ordered probably a program off of 1-800 number. I called and I bought another one. Can't remember what it was, but I can tell you that they offered me a coach. And let me tell you, I said, no, thank you. I don't think so. I know better. And how much is it going to cost me? And they said, oh, no, that's free. And I was like, I don't want to be a part of the membership. Okay, guys, I'm originally from Russia, okay? We're suspicious of everything, like everything. And so I thought for sure they were going to try me roped into something. And so at that point I thought, no, I'm smarter than that. And so I moved on, I've did my workouts off and on. I didn't really, and I love the company. I absolutely love the style. I absolutely loved everything about it, but just, I never got educated enough. I never had anybody to ask. And so, then you guys have gone through a lot of life changes. I pretty much started over at 31. I quit my government job. I was literally dying on the inside. I've ended up, going through a divorce, although we're still great friends. And there's a lot of changes that happened in my life. And at that point, I've dieted my way to a skinny fat. And I realized that, working 12, 14-hour days doing labor job, it's not gonna really stand a chance for my body to function any longer. I was always sick. I was always tired. I lived on gallons of coffee with creamer, lots of sugar. I lived on cheese quesadillas. My fridge was always empty because I never had a chance to go eat. I was depressed. I was kind of spiraling out of control. And what I decided right there and then, I realized that if it was to be, it was going to be up to me. And I picked up a self-growth book. I started to kind of reset my mind. I started to really pay attention to my body. I started to kind of gain ground when it comes to workouts. I actually started opening up eating plans on some of the workout programs I've bought before. And I realized that maybe, just maybe, I should have done that about 10 years ago. So lesson learned, but I still said no to all the coaches, although they were free. It's so silly when I really look at it right now, but how would I know, right? You might be in the same position right now. Then I actually met Chris, and he actually thought I was a coach. And the reason he asked me that is because I was, going on for a run. I actually did all the workout programs that he was doing. I was aware of Beachbody. I would always fast forward through like Shakeology ads and Coach Summit ads and all these other things that they were trying to share with you. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Remember, I was telling you I'm Russian and I don't believe anything? That was me, like skeptical. I was like, yeah, no, thank you. I'm not doing the powder. I'm not doing any of that stuff. And so he actually said, well, why don't you become a coach? And at that point, I was looking for things to do in my life. Okay, I walked away from a government job. I lived in a small town. I didn't know how I'm going to make it all happen because I was alone. I didn't have steady income. I had mortgage, car payment, all these bills that are piling up. And I was 31, pushing 32. And I thought, what's that to life? And so I kind of became that serial entrepreneur, knowing that the full-time job every single day for another 50 years was probably not my thing. I was not successful in the scene of office setting. I was never promoted. I never got a raise. And so I'm one of those that were kind of like, overlooked constantly. And so I was dying on the inside. And I thought maybe, just maybe, when I'm my own boss, I can, do better. I can, my personality maybe fit it better. And so I was at that point already looking into opening a Russian cafe. I was looking, my mom and I were doing like little summer farmers sales with all the baked goods. I wrote a children's book at that point. And so I thought there's gotta be a way. And so I was resisting Chris for about a year. And he kept telling me, you gotta think about doing the coach thing. And he was a coach, but he was only for a discount, okay? He was drinking this magic potion called Shakeology, and I was so skeptical of it. But once in a while, he'd say, hey, I know you're tired, you're doing all this work. Well, why don't you take a shake with you to work? Or if we had like a day off or something, we'd go shopping. He said, why don't you take this shake? And slowly but surely, I realized that it made me feel so good. Like my digestion was on point. I felt more energetic. I felt like my body was coming alive. I mean, come on, after not feeding it the nutritious food, this was all clean stuff. And I'm like, yeah, maybe it's not that bad. And so little by little, I actually realized that it's probably time for me to do something about it. And so that's when I signed up. I knew nothing about coaching. There were no informational calls like these. There's no groups or Natashas who were actually, educating you on this stuff. And there was no team. There was nothing. And so I was literally like jumped all in, and I thought, you know what, this could be something that can change my life. I don't know what it is, but it tugs at my heartstrings. It's actually offering everything that I've ever wanted to be and have, which is community, which is working from home, which is eventually, making sure that I don't have to worry about the bills and things like that. And so my job was to be healthy and fit. And so I've always struggled with that. So all these things kind of came together. And I realized that if it's not now, then when? I've said no to that for 12 years. Maybe it's about time for me. Imagine, you guys, if I started when they offered me this coaching opportunity on 1-800 number, if I started back then, I would have been a millionaire by now, like literally just doing what I love and helping other people. And so if you're sitting there thinking, I don't know, dude, jump in and then figure it out. You will never lose, because the worst that can happen to you is actually getting in the best shape of your life and having a community of amazing women. That's like the worst that can happen, and that's not that bad, is it? And so since then, you guys, I've been a coach for actively coaching for 3 and some years. And so we are growing, the team is growing, and I actually have never been really healthier or more fit. I just finished an amazing program called 80 Day Obsession and Shakeology Combo. and I was in the best shape of my life at 36. I'm 36, soon to be 36 and a half, and so I do not think I ever felt better, like more confident. And I honestly know that it spills into your other areas of your life, okay? The way you feed yourself, the way you treat yourself, the way you think about yourself, all these things. If you guys have never watched a movie called I'm Pretty, I'm not really a chick flick kind of person, but if you guys haven't seen it, that's what coaching does to you, okay? It makes you realize that you are actually your most unique self, that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. You just need the right environment around you, okay? And that right environment is the people on this team, Natasha and her coaches and our entire team. It's the Beachbody in general. These are the people who are go-getters. These are the people who embrace their uniqueness. These are the people that oftentimes are, kind of the rejects of the society, the ones who've gone through all kinds of hell things on earth. There are people who pull themselves out of the drug situations, divorces, kids dying, alcoholism. There's so much stuff that happens to people who become coaches, and you don't have to have the tragic happen, okay? You just have to have a big dream. But what I'm saying is that this is like an opportunity for people to start over, an opportunity to start dreaming again, an opportunity to be themselves. How many times did you ever go to work, or maybe if you're a stay-at-home mom now or whatever, you remember those days when you go to work and you just have to be that other person? Like on the memes, they say, here's my work phone voice, and there's my normal voice. That was me. I hated every second of it, okay? I worked in the property assessment sector for government, and people hated when we showed up, obviously, and it got tiresome, okay? And so, you guys, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm in the middle of another program, and I absolutely love it. I have a lot of structure in my life. I would never had a lot of guts to go after what I want, and I would always blame something or somebody out there for not living the life that I've always wanted. But this has literally changed my life. And it doesn't have to change it on the biggest level for you. Maybe things are a-okay with you, and that's fine. Maybe you're just missing a little bit of something, okay? Maybe this could be your side hustle. Maybe you want to get discounts on products and you just want to get health and fit, and you're craving that community, like women like us who are literally best friends who are working together. Or maybe your back is against the wall like mine was, and you need to make it work. And it's a blessing that helping other people actually is also a business opportunity, okay? Imagine you're like a lawyer or a teacher or a doctor. It's the same thing. You're helping people, but you also got to pay bills. Good thing that we get to choose when we work, what we do, and how we do it, and who we work with. And so look at it that way. But I can tell you, I think I'm going to have to get off here because I've been like chatting for 20 minutes nonstop. I'm an introvert, you guys. I normally don't talk like that. I normally hide away at home. I do not like to go out. But when it comes to coaching, when it comes to changing my life and inspiring other people to change theirs and working with my besties, I get super passionate. And so that's what is important to me. I hope that I can meet you all on our team, in our virtual support groups. I mean, I'm so thankful that I got to guest speak on here and share my story because we're all different, I don't have kids yet because I chose a different path of working on something else, which is helping my family throughout my 20s. And so now I'm ready to move on to other stages. And so if you're not a mom yet, you can do it. If you're a mom yet, obviously you can do it looking at Natasha. And so I encourage you guys to sit down and be honest with yourself. What is it that I'm lacking? What is it that this community can give me? And then jump all in. Would love to wrap our arms around you and take you forward and take you to the best life possible. So I love you guys. Bye.